Can we do that? Yes. Friday a class test just on just this part on functions. Thursday, Friday some of the learners are not here. So a class test then, yes, on functions, fx. Okay. We're still going to do coordinate geometry, and then there's a whole new thing that we're going to do, absolute values that we have to look at. So, and that will take some time. Right, so we're marking exercise 36 on page 139. That was what we were busy with on Friday. And we can start there at number 3 now, and that is where we have FG -5 and GF10. And we said the big thing here is we work from the right to the left. So you're going to start here with G -5, and if we substitute it, Gx was x minus 1. So it is then -5 minus 1, which is -6. Now I f this one, so you go in your function fx, which is 2x squared minus 3. So we put that value now in there, the -6. So it is then 2 -3 squared minus 3. And this one's answer is? -6 squared. Oh yeah, I'm just wondering because that can't get -69. No, positive because it's squared. Positive 69 then there. Now the next one is this one. So I'm going to start with F10. I've substituted in there. So 2 times 10 squared minus 3, which is what, Leah? 100 minus that one, so 197. And then I G this one, so G 197, then in that one is then 197 minus 1, which is 196. So this should be very easy for you. You should have it correct. Right, the next one is question 4. Now look, just look at this one. Usually they ask it like this, f squared x, but it's not that you will square. It is actually ffx. So we do it like this. F goes into f. F goes into f. So I start with f. Fx is equal to 2x squared minus 3. Very nice method of encircling that one. And it means f must go into that one. So you're going to use exactly the same one. 2x squared minus 3 minus 3. So the final answer, and you must simplify it, is then 4x squared minus 6 minus 3, which... Oh, I have to... Oh. I'll have to square this whole one first there. So then it is 2. This will be 4x squared. Don't be lazy here. Minus 12x plus 9 minus 3. And then in your final step, it will be 8x squared minus 24x plus 18 minus 3 plus 15. And they want you to simplify it like that. Yes. And yes. So this one is g squared x, which is also ggx. Be careful here. It's not that you square them. So what does that mean? Oh no, this one is gg2. Here's a 2 here. So we're just going to go into g with a 2. G was x minus 1, isn't it? So g2 is then 2 minus 1, which is 1. And then you g it again. So g1 is then 1 minus 1, and the answer is 0. So that was then the functions up to here. Now we're not going to use flowcharts, so you can skip the next one pages as well as exercise 37. We use the algebraic method. The flowchart is what you do on the computer. There's also the functions f there, isn't it? And that's exactly what the computer does with f. but we're not going to do it. So we are now on page 142, check your progress. So we are finalizing then functions. We're going to do Cambridge questions, and then we'll start with book 2. So tomorrow you need to bring book 2. This is the end of book 1. Okay, so let's start. Check your progress. Remember, check your progress is always a very good exercise for you to repeat when you study. Always go back to this one. It's a pity that we don't have yesterday because it was 222. Yeah, 222. Okay, right, let's start with this one. Check your progress. And now you'll see here we get more that kind of domain and range questions, which is the tough cookie that we still need to look at. On the Cambridge questions, we are also going to draw these functions. Right, so number 1, Albert. The function f, whose domain is the set of real numbers, is, look at that, they just used that notation. I showed you right at the beginning, this still means fx. So a lot of your questions or the textbooks often use that. Get your workbook out so that you can start. And now they say, find the inverse and state the range of the original one. Okay, so how do we get inverses? Leah, we swap. So y is equal to x3 minus 1. Swap. X is equal to y3 minus 1. So what is it going to be? The cube root, and that is equal to f negative 1. Right. Now the question is, what is the range? But they want the range of the original one, not the range of the inverse, the range of the original one. What would you say is the range?
The y value.
Yeah, x was an element of the real numbers. There was no restriction. So what about the range, the y values? What will that be? Koros? What will it be? Yeah, that's what I want. So what will it be? No, it's not of this. It's of the original one. The range of the original one. The question is there any restrictions?
No.
So what would you say?
Element of the real number.
Yeah, y is an element of the real numbers. Y is an element of the real numbers. There's no restriction. Yeah, they won't penalize you. It's a way of writing. I don't know why they have that.